Hi guys, it's Kristen. Welcome back for another DIY clay earring video. In today's video, I'm sharing with you how to do the watercolor technique. I did not come up with this technique on my own. Full credit goes to Jessama Tutorials. She's the first person that I saw doing it, but a lot of people are using this technique on their clay earrings and it's really beautiful, so I'm excited to share with you how to do it today. Before we jump right into the tutorial, I have a couple of announcements for you. Number one is that don't forget to join our polymer clay earring group on Facebook. It's called All Things Clay Earrings. So hop over there and join. Thing number two, we now have an All Things Clay Earrings buy sell trade group. So if you want to trade or sell cutters or earring posts that didn't work for you, or clay even, things like that, hop over there and join that. Announcement number three is that if you don't know, I have a polymer clay earring ebook on Etsy. It's in my Etsy shop. So it's all about polymer clay earrings and how to make them. It's everything all in one place, typed out. There's even little like videos in the ebook, techniques showing you how to make it, like basically just like a starter guide to clay earrings. So if you're looking for that, find that in the link down below. It is in my Etsy shop, which is etsy.com/shop/dashinganddainty. And my last announcement is that if you want to start a business, particularly an Etsy business, maybe selling clay earrings or something else, I also have an ebook all about that. I've had a successful Etsy shop for the last almost 8 years now. And so I kind of break it all down in an ebook and talk about all the details of how to start your Etsy shop, photographing, branding, logos, listings, how to get noticed on Etsy, things like that. To say thank you for all your support with my ebooks and my videos and everything, I want to give away 2 sets of the ebooks that I just mentioned. So 2 different winners will win the polymer clay earring ebook and then the Etsy success guide ebook. So all you have to do to enter is like this video, be subscribed to my channel, and then leave me a comment down below. I want to know where you are in your polymer clay earring journey. Have you just started? Are you still getting information and learning, or have you been doing it for a while? Are you already selling earrings, things like that? So just let me know in the comment down below, and that will be your final entry for the giveaway. All right, that's everything. Let's jump right in. First thing you're going to need is a nice thin layer of black clay. I'm using Sculpey Souffle. It's my favorite, but Sculpey Primo will work as well. You've probably heard we don't generally recommend Sculpey 3 for polymer clay earrings. It doesn't work well. And then next you're going to layer up a thin piece of white polymer clay, and then we're going to run this through the pasta machine to thin it out a bit more and make it a little bit longer so we have more to work with. The next step is going to be to take some acrylic paints in whatever color you would like. One of the reasons why I love this technique so much is that it's just like the options are endless. Any colors that you like, you can do this technique with. So we're going to start with the lighter pink color here. I'm kind of going for a little Valentine's vibe as we're coming up on February. So I'm doing light pink and then a darker, more rich pink. So just take your brush and make little strokes all over it, and then we are going to fill in the spots in between the lighter pink with the dark pink. And once you get the colors exactly the way you want them, you want to set this aside and let it dry fully before you move on to the next step. The next step is to take the translucent clay. I use the Sculpey Primo translucent. So lay that over the top and get your roller out and roll that on there really good. There's likely going to be some air bubbles, so you're going to want to get those out for sure. So the way to do that, of course, is to roll it out. You can use your fingers to press some of the bubbles out, and any of the bubbles that are super stubborn and you can't get out, you can just use your tissue blade and just slice little bits in the translucent clay on the top, and then that'll let the air out and you can smooth it out fully. But getting this nice and smooth is a really important part of this technique. Next up, I'm just going to cut off the excess so I have a nice kind of clean piece of clay to work with, because we're going to be putting this through our pasta machine at this point. Let me also point out, I didn't say it in the beginning, but everything will be linked in the description box down below. The tissue blades, the pasta machine that I use, the clay cutters, the clay, everything that you see here will be linked in the description box down below to make it easier for you. So once again, I'm just rolling it, making sure all the bubbles are out, everything's good, and I rolled it through my pasta machine one time to get it to look like this, and then I'm going to put it back through there again just to thin it out a little bit more. You do want the slab to be quite thin because of the way we are going to be breaking it apart and layering it up. It's going to naturally become thicker as we layer the pieces on top of each other. So a nice thin piece is what we're looking for here. So let's get into the fun part. This is my favorite part of this technique. You are simply going to start breaking off pieces and start in the center and just kind of make circles around. And we're going to be basically creating another slab with these pieces that we're breaking off. I've found that the more organic and like you don't want straight lines, things like that. You want it to look like it's been torn and ripped. That is what gives the most beautiful look in the end. So just start ripping off the pieces and creating this new slab until you run out of clay, and then I'll tell you what to do next. Once you run out of clay, let's just use our acrylic roller to roll over it and flatten it out a little bit. We are going to put this through our pasta machine to get everything nice and smooth and connected, but using the acrylic roller just kind of helps it get through the pasta machine cleanly. And then you can go ahead and use your tissue blade and take it off of your glass surface, and then we're going to, like I said, move it over and put it through our pasta machine. Once it's been run through the pasta machine, it does get quite thin, and so of course I like to cut and make a nice clean cut like I just showed there. And then I'm also just using some plain white underneath to thicken up the slab a bit so it'll make nice earrings. You don't want them to be too thin, of course. So just create a nice slab using, you can use any color you want pretty much. I'm just using white here. I'm going to send it through the pasta machine one more time, and then that's it, and it's ready for our clay color cutters. If you are like me and you like to create your jump ring holes before you bake them, then of course now's the time to do that. My favorite tool to do that is in an Amazon cutter set. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. I know so many people like to drill after, but I do not like that at all. So this is what I continually do, and I've had great success with it. So of course it's time to bake the clay now. I do 275 for about 30 minutes, and it gives me perfectly baked clay every time. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial today. I hope it was helpful to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.